Good evening, YouTube. Hope everyone's doing great. I am here with the Himalayan and the Yezdi Adventure. All thanks to Pradeep on Wheels. Is one of my favorite YouTubers out there. So in this video, let's quickly take a look at what the actual one is and what the other one who's trying to mimic this product is, right? So again, your Royal Enfield is a pretty old school. You get halogen headlamps, halogen blinkers, an old school long stroke 411cc engine, good enough to make nearly 24 bhp of power and approximately 32 Nm of torque. Nothing fancy. It's an oil and air cooled engine. Nothing fancy about that. Front is a long travel suspension. That's common on both the motorcycles. And if you come back to the Yezdi, now this is the new kid on the block and this is advanced. This is definitely advanced than the Himalayan. So this comes with this 323cc engine. I believe it makes nearly 29 bhp and approximately 30 Nm of torque. So on the power front, the Yezdi is definitely about like 6.5 bhp more than the Himalayan, whereas on the torque figures the Himalayan takes it away. It makes 2 Nm more, and again similar front forks and similar suspension travel, so you get nearly 200 Nm of suspension travel both front and rear. And while the Himalayan is a 5-gear box, now this comes with a 6-speed gearbox, and this is liquid cooled. So you can see the radiator planted right over here, right? And overall in terms of looks, Yezdi guys have done a good job, but then yeah, they could have taken a little bit of less inspiration from the Himalayan is what I think, because you know, if you look at the seat setup as well, see, so on the Himalayan you see you get a split seat, you get this riders as well as the pillion seat. Both are decently comfortable, decently padded. There's no complaint about this. It gets a luggage rack as standard. It gets this jerry can holder as standard as well, whereas on this thing the only standard equipment you get is the front windscreen. So this is the standard part, and I believe, yeah, this is also standard, the luggage rack at the rear. But then you see the similarities. It also comes with the same split seat and an upswept exhaust. The way they have made it look like almost similar. You see this design over here, these angular lines, this is the same thing which you would find on a Himalayan. You see this thing, the angular lines over here, these two lines going in parallel. The same thing is over here, these two lines going in parallel. So it's pretty common, pretty similar on both the motorcycles. Now about the engine, yes, this outperforms the Himalayan. Where the Himalayan lacks is top end grunt. It has the low end, it has a brilliant mid and low end performance, whereas the Yezdi, it misses out on that, but then it compensates all of it with its peak power. So where the Himalayan would lose its breath nearly like 110 kilometers per hour, this can go up to 125 plus, and it would remain planted at those speeds. So that's one very good thing. And another bummer with the Yezdi is that because of this design of the rear suspension, which is a pro-linked unit, it cannot have a center stand. That's one bummer. On the Himalayan, you get the center stand. It comes as standard with the motorcycle. So in case of a puncture, in case of a repair work, anything, you can easily do that on the Himalayan, whereas that's the challenge. And the Yezdi, yes, again, being new, it definitely feels new. It gets this all new LCD instrument console. You have 2 ports here. The small one is for regular information about the speed and everything else. This one is the maps and a small Bluetooth navigation thing. You have the tilted lights on the top. It comes standard with hazard lights. It has switchable ABS, but then that comes with the riding mode. You switch to off-road or terrain, the ABS would be switched off. On the Himalayan, it's a fancy, non-fancy, a typical old school analog instrument console with a small digital display at the bottom, and this comes with a compass as well. Now the latest one, this is not the latest one. The latest one comes with a small what is that called, tripper navigation module. Yeah, I sometimes wonder why has Royal Enfield given that, because either you want to go analog with this or you want to go digital with the speedometer, right? The tripper navigation. So that's one gripe about it. Otherwise, yeah, pretty closely stacked motorcycle. Another advantage of the Yezdi is that it saves a lot of weight, while the Himalayan is nearly 199 kilos. With all fuel and everything else, this thing is approximately 188 kilos. So this is nearly 11 kgs lighter, and that does transform well onto the speeds when you are in city, as well as you're on highways or off-road. That does translate in the favor of the Yezdi. So there it is, my dear friends. I hope that this video comes out with some help. In case if it does, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and acquaintances. I'll see you guys again, and thank you.
To Motor
Thanks a lot, Pradeep. I'll see you guys again, guys. Bye bye. Have a great time.